Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Carissa and this is Diary of a Petite Model. Today's video is going to be about how much I spent in NYSC Camp. So for those of you who are just watching this video for the first time, I recently came out of NYSC Camp. Yes, I am a core member currently. So I decided to make an estimate of almost everything I spent before and during camp, and I'm smiling because I haven't done a total of everything, so I have no idea. It's going to come as a shock to me by the time I'm done with this video. So first thing is registration. I paid for NYC registration. I paid a total of 6,500 naira to register for NYC, and then afterwards when I got my call up letter, I still had to go and print that out. I printed that out with addendum and a my medical fitness test. All of that cost me about 4,000 naira. Yes, so that's about 10,000 something now before going to camp. And then I took passport. I took 8 passports for 2,000 naira. So those are NYC essentials that you have to do. You have to register for NYC, obviously. You have to print out all the documents. The prices are going to vary depending on where you live and where you do yours. And you also need about at least 8 passports. Just if you can get more, fine, but you need at least 8 passports. Yes, that should do. Now down to some items. I have to write them down so I don't forget. I got 2 white shorts for 3,000 naira. They were 1.5 each. So I got like the cheapest material I could find, because white shorts are not something I would wear outside camp, right? So I bought 2 for 3,000 naira. I got 2 white shirts for 6,000 naira. The white shirts were 3,000 naira each. Still not the best quality, but it was decent enough for me to use for camp. I got 5 pair of socks for 2,000 naira. So they sold that to me for 400 naira each. You want to get regular plain white socks, plain ankle socks. If you watch my NYC prep video, you will see most of these items. I got 1 white shoe for 3,000 naira, the rubber shoe that everybody wears to camp. I got a foot flask for 2,000 naira. I got a water bottle for 3,000 naira. I got a soap dish for 500 naira. Yes, I got sunscreen. Very important, 4,000 naira. I got Dr. Rachel sunscreen for 4,000 naira. I got a shoe brush, the one you use to scrub the shoe. I got that for like 200 naira, I think. Was it 200? Yeah, I think 200 or 300 naira. I got soap. I got sponge. I got this foam sponge for my plates. I used that to wash my plates and my water bottle while I was in camp. I got that for 200 naira. And then I got hypo. I bought the big size of hypo shop for 1.5, and I divided it into 2 and took that, and that lasted me. It lasted me, I think, it lasted me in camp because I wasn't really doing my laundry, but I was using it to wash my shoes, and if I needed to wash any personal items, I used that sometimes. Yeah, those are the things I got before camp that I can remember. I don't think there's any other thing I bought, because I had a number of items already. I had my bed sheets. I had the clothing items I was going to wear when I was inside camp. I had my body cream, perfumes. I had all of those things. So these are the things I bought before I went to camp. Now, as soon as I got to camp, the first day I got to camp, I spent 2,500 naira on my jungle boots. I had to add shoe pads to my jungle boots because it was a bit big. And then I amended my khaki for 1,500 naira. Yes, for 1,500 naira. And then I bought a bag of pure water for 350 naira. That same day, I know that was on a Saturday, so those are the things I bought that day. I also bought food. I bought a plate of rice and beef with plantains for 1,200 naira. So in Abuja camp, the regular price for a plate of food is 1,000 naira. Rice, spaghetti, swallow is 1,000 naira. If you now want to add extra protein, that's when your money starts climbing. If you want to add sides like plantain, salad, any of those things. I never bought chicken and chips or all of that, so I don't really know. But I think it's still around 1,000, or maybe just a little over 1,000 naira most of the food items I bought were rice, pasta, or noodles. So I bought a plate of rice that day, that afternoon, and I don't think I had anything to eat again until Sunday. So on Sunday, I bought a big bucket for 1,800 naira. If you watch my prep with me video, I took a small bucket from home, but I knew I was going to need a big bucket, which I did not have. So I bought a big bucket for 1,800 naira. I got this, was a lifesaver. Guys, if you have this, don't forget to take it with you. I got this fan for 3,500 naira in camp. And then I also bought a new pair of a new bed sheets, because I took only one. Big mistake. I have two bed sheets and I forgot to take the second one, so I took one. I took only one. So when it was time for me to change, I didn't want to have to wait for it to dry and all of that, so I bought a second bed sheet. I bought that for 4,000 naira. And then I got a pack of face masks for 500 naira. I got two big nylons, one for 500 naira and one for 300 naira. Now, when you're entering camp, there are some of these women that will sell items to you. That big nylon, you're supposed to use it to collect your khaki and all of that. I ended up not needing it because when I got to my platoon, they put the khaki and everything inside the nylon. But I used the nylon for my let's call it a cabinet or a wardrobe now, because when I got to my room, I was one of the first people in my room. I was given a cabinet, so I put the nylon on the floor because it was kind of rusty, and put my box and some other things inside. These are some of the things I spent money on while I was still trying to settle in camp. I also paid for little things like photocopy. I had to photocopy my ID card, photocopy my state code. That was about 500 naira, and then I had to buy ID card tag, the green or blue tag you usually see core members wearing. I got that for 500 naira. So those are the things I spent within day one, using Saturday and Sunday. Now after that, these are now the things I had to be paying for every day. I was paying for, I'm going to start with the essentials. Charging. I charged my power bank every day. I'll charge my power bank during the day and then use that to charge my phone overnight. So my phone battery is quite strong. I will now use the phone during the day. And so those are the things I paid for while I was still trying to settle in camp. Now these are the things I started paying for on a daily basis, or once a day or two. Those are the things I paid for while I was trying to settle in. Those are the things I paid for before I went to camp and while I was trying to settle in camp. Now, here are the things I started paying for on a daily basis or once in 2 days. Number one was charging. I had to charge my power bank every day. I didn't really need to charge my phone because when I charged my phone overnight, my phone could last me the whole day. So my system was I'll charge my power bank during the day and then use that to charge my phone and my small hand fan. So I was doing 300 naira per day. I did that for about 6 days a week. There were days when I didn't charge. On Sundays, there was no need because I wasn't using it as much. That was about 1,800 naira per week. So for 3 weeks, I'm going to total that here. I bought a bag of pure water 3 times. I got that for 350. So that was 350 times 3. That's like 1,050 naira for a bag of pure water. However, aside the bag of pure water was I was brushing my teeth with pure water, so I needed that. And then if I was really thirsty while I was in the hostel and I needed water, instead of having to walk all the way to mommy, I'll just go to my locker and get the pure water. Aside that, I was spending at least 100 naira on water every day. So for cold water, 100 naira, I'll get like 4 pieces. So maybe in the mornings while I'm coming out for lectures, I'll buy, and then in the afternoon when I'm going for parade, I'll buy. So those are the times I knew I needed cold water. And after the first week, my budget increased. It had to be bottled water because we had like a light issue in camp and there was no longer cold pure water. So I started buying Bottle water was 200. I was spending at least 400 naira on that for like a whole week straight. Yeah. So that's that for water and charging. Second thing I spent money on constantly was laundry. After the first few days, I realized that washing my clothes for myself was not gonna be it at all, because of the stress of NYSC camp, every single opportunity I had, I used it to rest as much as possible. So having to look for time to wash my clothes and then look for when there will be space to dry, nah, I just started outsourcing laundry. I was spending between 1,800 to 2,300 on laundry every 4 to 5 days. So I did laundry about 4 times in camp. My first laundry was 1,008, second laundry was 1,003, third one was 2,800. That was the day I washed my khaki as well. I washed my khaki and I washed my bed sheets that day too. And then the fourth one was 1,500. So washing of items like the white shirt and shorts were quite cheap. It was like 150 per item, but I was including my towels, my bed sheets, and the clothes I would wear, the clothes I would wear to sleep as well. So that was what made my laundry that amount of money. If not, if I was only washing my white shirt and shorts, it wouldn't have been as high as that. I mean, it's really not that high, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so that's how much I spent on laundry. And then ATM charges, yeah. There was a mobile bank, but sometimes it dispensed, sometimes it did not dispense. I wasn't really willing to take that chance. I went there like 2 or 3 times, but I was using a POS most of the time, and for every 5,000 naira I withdrew, they charged me 200 naira. I used the POS about 3 times a week. Yes, 2 to 3 times a week. No, let's say 2 times a week. That's when I use POS, because inside the 1 week I'll use the ATM once, right? So I spent maybe about 1,400 naira on POS charges. I always made sure I withdrew 5K at a time, because it helped curtail my spending. When I withdrew more, I would end up blowing it all off. So those are the things that's what I spent on POS charges. Now to the one thing that took a lot of my money was food. Food took my money. But I tried to be as prudent with that. So I was paying for I was buying the basic meals. I was buying only like rice and beef with a side, or sometimes without. So I was spending between 1,000 to 1,200 on each meal. I was buying food at least 5 days a week. Now in that 5 days, it was like just once a day. So if I buy food for lunch, then I'm gonna eat camp food for dinner. If I eat camp food for lunch, I'll buy mommy food for dinner. That's how I was rationing. That's how I didn't really spend as much on food per se. I spent money, but not so much, because any day they were serving rice in camp, I'll eat. And then I ate most of the breakfast is bread and egg, or bread and butter with tea. But there were 2 days that breakfast was beans. I never ate that, and the other one, when breakfast was akara and pap, I never ate that. So those 2 days I had to buy food in the morning. But other times it's just any day beans is for lunch, I'll buy food from mommy. And then I don't really like yam, so any day we had yam for dinner as well, or yam for lunch, I wouldn't eat that. I'll go and buy food from mommy. I also sometimes try to spend less than 1,000 naira. So there was a day I bought oppa, and it was really cheap. It was just 200 naira for one, and that satisfied me, right? So you could buy things like bread, or you can decide to save the bread from breakfast and eat that for lunch. I just found the way around it. So this is from what I calculate. I can't list every single thing I spent on food, but this, I'm gonna write it on the screen. This is what I spent on food, having calculated the days I ate. I tried as much as possible to stay disciplined with food, although I indulged a number of times. There were days when I was craving noodles and chicken, and I bought that. Or I think I did that. I didn't do that more than 2 times. I think I did that just twice. And certain days, because of stress and everything, I would buy a drink, I would buy snacks, sugar, eat junk. But I still tried as much as possible to be as diligent with food as possible. Now that's that for food. This is where I know I kind of spend money, I indulge. If you're a lady, save money for this, save money for shopping, because you're going to see a lot of things that you want to buy. First thing that grabbed my attention was shoes. There was this guy that was selling selling shoes, and I went there to find out the price, and it was really like, it was way cheaper than what I would buy shoes for outside. So I bought 4 pair of heels. I spent about, oh, I'm gonna do the calculation and write it on the screen because I haven't even totaled that. I haven't totaled that, but I think it was about 20 something K for 4 pair of heels. It was really cheap. This is what I spent on heels, and then I bought a number of clothes as well. I also spent about 20 something to 30K on clothes. I bought a bunch of clothes, I'm not gonna lie. Once I noticed those 2 stores, I'm like, instead of spending money on food I'm not going to see in the physical, I mean, let me buy this clothing item that I know I'm going to use. So I bought 2 pair of shoes for modeling, 2 really high shoes for modeling, and 2 shoes for like outing. Let me show you one. This is one of the shoes I got. How can you not buy this? How can you see this and not want it? Really cute. And I have another one here. I wore this out yesterday, so it's still a bit dirty. This is the second shoe I bought for outing. The modeling shoes are somewhere else, but I could not buy these. These are things I spent money on, shoes and clothing. Yeah, and that's it. Those are the things I feel like I let myself indulge in, and I do not regret it one bit. This top I'm wearing is one of the items I bought in camp. It was really, really cheap. I think I got this for like 1,000 something. Right? Yeah, 1,500 or 2,000 naira, I can't remember. But they were really, really affordable, and I wanted to get them, so I got them. If you are a lady and you like to shop, or even if you're a guy and you still like to shop, put money aside for that. When you get to camp, you see things that you want to get. Yeah. So that's that for how much I spent in camp. You can use this as a guide. You can decide to plan how you're going to spend, or if you have more, you can bring all of that. See, you will see opportunities to spend money in camp. I had to hold myself not to spend too much because there's life after camp, right? That's that for how much I spent in camp. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're an intending core member, or if you're already a core member and you're currently in camp, please share this video to your friends so that they can have an idea what they would spend while they are in camp. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.